And we are live right on time. Everybody knows what day it is. It is hashtag Friday Pie Day. We're going to do a lot of TA live on this stream. I'm going to show you live trade that I'm in right now on the stream that's profitable. It's guaranteed to make money no matter what. We were talking about this yesterday, like what's the make or break level? Where would I say, okay, I'm closing. I'm not shorting now, and I want to flip long, right? And it was right around the 98.1 area. We hit it. I'm long. I think it's probably up a couple $100 right now. I think at one point we were at like almost $99,000 and I was up, probably $400, $500, $600 or something like that. I have my stop loss set to profit. So no matter what, we will profit. The short trade that I was in yesterday, as I stated on the call or on this stream, whatever, if it went and dipped below $97,000, I was going to set my stop loss at about $97,000. I lied. I said I was going to set it at 96.9 and 998. I set it at 97.1 or something like that. We made, I believe it was like $115 or $150 after fees. We did take that profitably. Then once we saw this confirmation come in that we're going to talk about in just a second, that's when we flipped long, and we'll talk about why we flipped long. We'll do some altcoin analysis. Whoever is here, let me know that you're here by, first off, smashing the like button. Second off, dropping something in the comments section right now. Whatever altcoin it is that you want me to do live TA on, we've got 45 minutes. I'm going to be on here for the next 45 minutes because I have an appointment that I have to be at, and it's going to take me at least 15 minutes to drive there. So with that being said, drop your altcoins in the comments section. Let's rip through it. Grab your Starbies or whatever it is that you need, some espresso to get through this. We're going to friggin' smash through these through all these things. So really quickly, let's go ahead. Let's take the background off. Let's make ourselves a baby Drew. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. All right, cool. We are out of the way. Now, get off of here. Boom. Where is my, there we go. Okay, cool. So, okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're at like 98 something. 98.8. I hope it did not log me out. Okay, cool. Because I don't want to be on a VPN for this. That would suck. Yeah, we're at like almost 400, a little 400 profit. We've got our stop loss set right here. This is just to update you on what's happening, right? Or what I'm doing. We have our stop loss set to where we're guaranteed to make $169. Obviously, we're not going to make $169 because BitGet's going to smack, bam, right on my face. They're going to smack me with some fees really quick. So we'll probably make like guaranteed. We're probably guaranteed to make, I would say, yeah, $1.20, something like that, because we already have $23 in fees on this. This is literally a 10x Bitcoin long. I averaged in, where did I flip? Yep, 98.150. That's where I told everybody. I was like, okay, we get a confirmation above that, I'm flipping long. I wish I would have taken some profit. I wish I would have taken the profit off the table at the 99K level, but honestly, I was getting ready for it. So with that being said, we are guaranteed to profit here. Our last trade we did, yep, $112. That's what we made. Made $112 on that. We closed it out, yep, 97.107. So I did lie to you yesterday. I was about $110 off of what I said I was going to make my profit target or my stop loss target if we fell below $97,000 right here. We did. I got stopped out like, I believe it was like right here or something like that. Yeah, probably somewhere in this realm. So that's great. It's looking good. Okay, so let's get to some analysis. I'm going to pop up the chat just really quick to just see if anybody's in here. Yeah, I'm here until the next hospital emergency. If I'm a doctor, I can't press a power button. He says it's hashtag Friday Pie Day. Chip Sanity's here. Chip Sanity, hopefully that XRP analysis did you well yesterday. He already knows what time it is. Plan 9 from Las Vegas. We appreciate you. Yeah, this isn't the stream for that. We talked about those guys on the Friday Pie Day stream about an hour ago for Burrowcorn and the whole fiasco that they got going on. We got Bull Monkeys in here. He's throwing fire emojis. He says he knows what time it is. So with that being said, let's just get straight into the analysis. Appreciate everybody that's on the live. Appreciate everybody that is commenting, liking the videos. We're going to keep doing content like this. We're going to have some super special offers coming up for everybody coming soon. Just stay tuned. It'll be within the next few weeks and over the, we got a lot of stuff we're going to be rolling out on the channel and I'm not going to give anybody any spoilers. I am the king of the spoilers, but I'm not going to give you any. Okay. Now, first and foremost, we are on our template. You can see this is where we bounced. Okay. So we knew, all right, cool. this is where we're bouncing. We were talking about this yesterday. Obviously, we bounced here, right? Which is a pretty critical level that we had to break through. And now we've gotten above it. We back tested it here, back tested it here, back tested it here, back tested it here, back tested it here. We bounced. We fell out of this parallel, though. Back tested the parallel and then fell even further. My bias is that we will probably come back up and retest this parallel. But if you were watching, let me see if I can pull up my other template on Bitcoin. No, we don't want to do that. We want to pull it up on TradingView. We want to have multiple tabs for this. So let me just go ahead and do that. Man, I'm almost thinking about closing this short out right here and taking that profit. 300 is a nice little over, quick day gain. It's like a 2-hour trade. That's not bad at all. So we are on the Bitcoin chart. These are the levels we were talking about yesterday. This was my line in the sand. This is exactly where I was saying, hey, if we break above this, this is where we're going to be thinking about longs, right? And then if we break above this level, which I don't think I put a thingy there, but it was like the 98.1 level, which was right here. And I will actually put a horizontal ray there for it so that we can show you exactly what it was that I was talking about. Bam. If we broke essentially above this level right around here, right, we were going to be seeing, man, is my magnet tool on or something? Yeah. Okay, cool. We broke above 98K. We held. Okay. That's great news. You can see it right over here. We broke above it. We held, right? I actually entered on the break. I believe it was like 2 hours ago. And then we kind of came back down here, retested this little kind of key support level where we hit that massive, massive fall and we retested it and then we bounced. And so right now what we're doing is bouncing, right? And so long as we stay above right here, basically the close of this candle right here, I am still going to be in this long trade. If we go below this, I get stopped out. I make $150. I'm good with that. I will not complain. Right. So, profits are profits. And so long as you're progressing forward with your account, that is wonderful news. Okay. So let's get back to this chart. Okay. These are the key levels that we are looking at, right? We might come back and back test this. So if you are not in a long right now, I would not buy up here. This is not where I'm buying. This is where you're taking profits. This area right here, this is where you take profits, not buy. Okay, so wait. Do not get overzealous. Do not get crazy and start buying the longs up here. You could see a retest of this $98,000 level. We have not come back and back tested this level, okay? Which is why I have my stop loss here, because if you saw what I was talking about in the stream yesterday, when we were bing bonging here and I was taking shorts, I took my first short. I believe it was at like 97.5. And then it went up and I sold. Okay. And then it went down and I sold and I put my stop loss into profit. And then I put my orders even higher because we saw these wicks on these candles. So then I got my next entry was at like 97.2 or something like that. And then I got my last entry at like 97.5. So I literally put in stop losses. I made like $26 on one of them, $22 on the other one, which wasn't awesome. But then my next trade made, $112, even though I got stopped out. So I literally made probably $160, $170 yesterday. And I was getting better fills. So my point is that if you longed here, that's great. Make sure you set your stop loss in profit because we have not back tested this level. Look how many times we tested this level right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is opportunities to take your stop losses as it moves down, put it into profit and get better entries. Okay. And just rip it. Just keep ripping it. And until this fails, right? Which is exactly what I was talking about. Our thesis was we're going to drop down here. And I got stopped out on, I believe, this wick right here. This is the wick that stopped me out, which is unfortunate because it stopped me out within like $150 of my stop. And then it went to our target, which our target was right here at 96.1. You can't be mad at it if you make money. Okay. So that's kind of my point. We made money on it. We're going to probably come back. We need to, at least what I would like to see is we come back and we back test this level. Okay. And what I mean by that is we come somewhere from right here and we, I don't know what just happened there. All right. We come back, we back test this level. We might even back test this level at 97.7, and then we get a bounce up because what are we doing right now, right? We have broken, we have broken that previous high, okay? And that previous high is right over here, right? We broke that here. So we came down, we set a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, now a new higher high, and we are attempting to take out this high right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a horizontal ray right here, and we're going to say, okay, we take that high out. That's where we want to be taking profit right here, because my bias is what we'll probably do if we don't just continue upwards. There's two scenarios, in my opinion. We continue upwards, we reject at this level, we come back down here, and then we go up, right? Or we come down here immediately to this level or this level, and then we bounce up, okay? So that's kind of like our two scenarios that I think are plausible. Now, there's a secondary scenario that is plausible as well, which is where we actually take this and we fall right back into this range. We back test this and we start coming back down here, because I truly do think that we could get accepted back into this range. But if we are accepted back into this range, that's not necessarily good news for the upward trajectory of Bitcoin, okay? Because what's most likely to happen is we got accepted back into this range, then we come down here and then we're going to break down again, right? And that's where we start to break market structure, because if we go below this trend line right here, right, or this, horizontal ray, and if we go below this low right here, which is right at, the low is 96,000. So if we dip below 96,000, say 95,999, we have set a lower low, okay, than the previous low, because this is our new higher low, right? So we don't want to see that happening, because if it does, then we're going to be seeing, I hate this tool. This tool really just kind of messes things up. We will probably see a fallback down to, probably somewhere in this realm to $92,000. Now, let's look at the VRVP really quick and see what's happening there, because I do like bringing up my VRVP. Where's it at? I might have to add it because this is a new chart that I put on VRVP. Yep, here we go. Okay, beautiful. That is not the way that I like to have it. That is not the way that I like to have my VRVP. Why was it like that? Let's just go to the other Bitcoin chart. I know I have it on that chart. It's already lined up. I don't need to do all this. That's VWAP. All right, where's the VRVP? All the way up here. Yep, there we go. This is how I like to have my VRVP, baby. This looks good. Okay, so we're on the 1 hour chart, right? We're not seeing much support until we hit 98.3. Okay, we've got a little high volume node right here. We'll zoom in. Bam. We will zoom in. All right, cool. It's right here at about $99,000, or about 98,650 is where we are right now, pretty much. And we're seeing a little bit more high volume right down here. So we could easily bounce off of this level right here at about 97.9 and then head back upwards, right? But my point isn't that. My point is that if we don't hold these levels, right, then we could be heading downwards pretty quickly, to be honest with you. And why is it on this chart now? Dude, these guys are not this is not cooperating right now. This is absolutely not cooperating with. So we're down on the hourly chart. Let's see what we got, okay? And I want to show you on the daily what I was talking about, right? So if we go back to the daily chart, because I do like to look at the daily because it shows you kind of like the more macro focus of it. But let's draw our lines again. What did we think that we could do? We could probably come right up here and then fall back down, right? That's like on a longer time frame, right? Or we could see all of that stuff happening on this chart. If we go back, boom, all right. And we could see it come right back down here to the $98,000 range. So I'm gonna hop into the chat just really quick and see if we have anybody that is requesting anything. The Thorn Strong days. Yeah, dude. Oh man. those were like my first videos on YouTube. I mean, you can go back to I was thinking it was the end of 2022. That's what put me on the map, man. That's what put me on the map whenever I was talking about the Ponzi schemes like Thor and Strong Block and stuff like that. So with all of that said, though, let's look at some other pairs really quick, because there is some stuff going on. Let's go to Ethereum really quick, and I'll show you what we're looking at with Ethereum. Okay. Man, this tool is the bane of my existence, the drawing tool. Okay. Now, with Ethereum, this is what I was talking about. If we broke above this, now we still need to see a close above this and then a second close above this, above the close of this candle. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what a confirmation is. You got to close above the level, then you have to close above the level, above the close of the candle that broke that level. Now, say it's to the downside, say that we, fell below this level right here. You need to see this candle confirm that close below that level. So this candle actually confirmed that we were below this level. And then if you look, this is the candle that confirmed that we were below this level, right? And it back tested it, and it back tested it here, and we fell again. So that's how you find confirmations on your chart, okay? Now, what we want to do is look for potential shorting opportunities right here at about the $3,687 range on Ethereum. That's where you're going to see the potential of Ethereum to come right up here, boom, and then fall back down. And if it doesn't bounce from this level, guess where it's falling to? Right here. Okay, we know that right here. That is our first level on Ethereum, is going to be $3,312. I would be more targeting the $3,200 range. And if it didn't bounce significantly from there, because here's what I would do, okay? If I'm shorting here, I'm going to wait and see what happens at this level, okay? I'm going to wait and see, because it could bounce and then fall through it. It could just bounce halfway up, fall through it, right? So this is a wait and see level if you're shorting from here, right? Then if we fall through this, I'm setting my stop loss at this level, confirming my profits guaranteed. And I'm writing it down to this level, and I'm going to wait and see what happens at this level. But what I would probably do is take maybe half of my trade off at that level, confirm some profits. And if it bounces, then guess what? I can either choose to enter at a better price, regain my position that I just sold, either here in the middle or here at the top, and then write it back down to try to target the liquidity at this level, which is this liquidity right over here, right? So that's where I'm looking for on Ethereum. That's what I'm looking for on Ethereum. Let's look at XRP really quick. Let's see, because we did do the analysis on that chart yesterday. Oh, wait, no, we got to go back to Ethereum because I got to show you something. We do have that daily cup and handle, okay? We are outside of that handle, all right? Let's take all this other stuff off of here. We are outside of the handle. This barely closed like just above it. If this closes up here, we have confirmed above the cup and handle, so long as this closes above the close of this candle, right? We have confirmed above the handle. Now, we did that before over here, right? But what you would want to see is a retest of this. That's where you would enter, because this is where you have the least amount of risk. This is what trading is all about, not risking unnecessary money, okay? So here is what I'm talking about whenever I talk about risk, and bam. Let's go for a long position. Let's say you do enter here, right? At this retest, you're going to be targeting the top right here, which is the measured move from this cup and handle right here. You take this, you measure the cup and handle from bottom to top, you copy and paste it. And I'll just be honest with you. I would not target the exact top of this, okay? I would take 75% move on this. That's what you can probably hope for majority of the time whenever you're doing measured moves. You're looking at a 75% move on that measured move. So this is more or less what I would be targeting, and I would be very happy taking profits right here at this little double top kind of range that we're seeing right here, right? So worst case scenario, you're targeting this, which is a 18% ROI, and you're literally putting your stop loss right there. Like, if we fall back into this range, then we close a candle below this range, then it resets everything, and you don't want to be in that trade, because what the probabilities are telling you is if we have already taken off outside of this and then we fell back into the range, we tried to reclaim it, we fell back into it again, we tried to reclaim it and we fell back into it again, the odds are in the favor of we fall all the way down here to the bottom of that range, right? Or to this liquidity level right here. And that's where you would look to take a potential long, right? So if you fall here, that is actually where you would actually enter or exit that opportunity. And you're looking at a 2% loss for an 18% gain. That is a 9x risk to reward. These are ridiculous trades. And if you want to take it up to 75%, guess what? You've got a 12x risk to reward. And if you're feeling lucky and you're feeling froggy and you want to take it all the way up to the full measured move, which is essentially like $150 shy of the all-time high that you're seeing over here, right? If you want to take it all the way up here, you're looking at literally a 17-to-1 risk to reward ratio. These are the risk to rewards that we are looking for. We're not looking to risk big and do crazy stuff. We're looking to take risks like this, where we take a long position right here and we target that $9,000 range, right? This is the risk to reward on this one, right? Our stop loss is like literally right here. This is where your stop would be, because if you confirm below this, you're looking at a 0.5% move for a 1.7% gain. That's a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Those are great trades that you want to take. Okay. So let's go over here and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about whenever we get to XRP. But I would mainly be targeting this right here. I mean, this is a great risk to reward. If you can get this entry right here, it's stellar, like stellar risk to reward. So let's go to XRP because I know Chip Sanity's in here. So we're going to talk about it, right? Okay, so this is your line in the sand that we were talking about yesterday. This is the level. This is the zone that it has to hold. As you can see, I literally named this must hold. It has to hold right here. This is your liquidity level. And your last line in the sand is right here. But we know from looking at the VRVP that this is actually not really like a really good line in the sand, because if we fall from here and we retest this again, we've already hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This would be the 5th hit on it. And man, if we fall here, we're going to lose this 50 moving average first and foremost, because by the time we fall there, this 50 is going to be above this line and we're going to lose the 50 and we're going to come right down here to this first high volume node, which is most likely going to be in the $1.47 range. You might get a little bit of support here, but if you look at the volume that's over here, it's basically non-existent. So this liquidity zone really is irrelevant and it's really going to be right here. So I'm actually going to move that to where the actual liquidity zone is, right? So this is another liquidity zone. And if you fail this liquidity zone, you're literally dropping all the way down to $1.14. That's what XRP is doing right now. Now, there was somebody that requested ICP, and I'll show you exactly what's going on with ICP and see what you can do there, right? That's Internet Computer. Okay, so this thing, I actually went ahead and did the TA. That way I didn't have to do it like live for you, but this thing actually has a pretty decent amount of volume. This thing's looking upwards, right? We had a falling wedge, all right? And this is on the daily chart, so this is powerful. It broke out of the falling wedge. It confirmed here. We have not come back and back tested this level. We may never come back and back test this trend channel or this trend line right here, because you're going to have to get through this support first and foremost. Then you're going to have to get through this support first and foremost, or secondly, right? What you're targeting here is a back test of this level, right? You're back testing this level right here in about the $11.55 range or $11.60 range. And then you're targeting all the way up to here. And if you look at what that would be, you could literally put your stop loss right here below the 50 moving average, right? And then you're going to target this right here. You've got a 21% and a 3.5% loss. So you're looking at a 7x risk to reward on that. That is a really, really good trade that you would probably want to take if it comes back and back tests this level. Now, I'm not saying that that's guaranteed, because we still haven't even confirmed above this level, and you're going to have to wait for a day to see if it confirms above this level. But if it comes down here and retests this, dude, I would seriously consider entering a long trade right here. Why? Because first and foremost, we have this kind of like swing high right here. right? The swing high from the low. Then we set a lower low here. We took out the wedge and we've confirmed above it, right? And we confirmed above this trend line right here that dates back way, 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 way far, right? Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Give me a second. Right here. Okay. So this trend line literally dates back all the way to September of 2024. Like the end of September, it held up right here and then it blasted through it. It held up right here. It held up right here. So this is kind of your line in the sand. I don't really see it going below this unless Bitcoin makes a major, major move downwards, right? But we'll see what happens because, anything can happen in these markets. Here's my point. When you see a setup like this is a really low risk to a high, high reward, right? That's your first high, your swing high, your lower high after you set this high right here, right? You came down, you tested that little trend line, you came up, you tested this trend line, that's your high, right? So that's why you're targeting this here, okay? Now, I want to look at Cardano really quick because I think that Cardano, actually, let me look at the chat first, but I'm going to pull up Cardano anyways in the meantime and see if there is anybody that has requested anything. Can you look at fueled/USDT? Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at it. I'll look at that before I look at Cardano. I appreciate you actually sending out a request, man. How many people do we have in here? Dude, we've got 56 people in here. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Seriously, it means a lot. It really does. I truly, truly appreciate it more than you'll probably ever know. We're going to hook you guys up with a lot of special offers. We'll probably start doing giveaways on the channel soon as well. Seriously, it means a lot. Now, here's my only ask for you. Make sure you smash the like button. Okay, this is my 3 asks. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on the notification bell now that we've gotten through that. If you have something you want me to look at live, drop it in the chat. We're doing live TA right now. We're in a trade on Bitcoin that is profitable. I'll show it to you right now. I'm considering getting out of it because we're at like 226 in profit right now. I want to write it up to 99K. I really do, or 99.9, but it's looking like it's kind of getting a little, it's losing steam here. So we might close this out by the end and you'll see me taking a profitable trade like live. Okay. So fuel USDT. Let's check it out, baby. All right. We'll look at it on BitGet. That's actually what I'm trading on. Woo. This thing looks crazy, man. This thing doesn't have any data. That's going to be extremely hard for me to look at. Let me find it on a different chart that has been more established. Let's see if it's on KuCoin. Yeah, this thing must have just got launched. This is going to be really hard to do TA on, man. What I am seeing, though, I will say, this was a bull flag. Boom, it broke out. This is another bull flag. Okay, it is a mature bull flag. We'll go to the hourly chart and see if we can, let's see if we can get in the weeds a little bit on this bad boy. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so I am seeing a little bit of a trend here. Let's take this. We're looking at, yeah, okay, so we've got a downward sloping trend channel, right? And this thing kind of looks like it's got like a little bit of an inflection point right here. If we draw our horizontal ray right here at the top of this, which is kind of like the high, we've kind of got a descending triangle. It's not super, super great descending triangle, but be that as it is, it's about as good as you're going to see. Okay, so what I'm seeing on this chart is it looks like we're trying to, okay, we've got a higher high here, right? Here's a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, right? And we're starting to trend downwards. We did not take out this previous low, okay? We did not take out this previous low, but we did take out this low. Then we set a lower high, but a higher low. Okay, we still have a lower high here. This one's really tough because we're setting lower highs, but higher lows. This one looks like it's coiling to me. Let's see if we can go a little bit further in depth on this and see if there's anything that we can see in the charts. I mean, this looks kind of like a half of a cup and handle, right? This was a cup and handle, boom, broke to the upside. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Where's my tool? All right, bam. All right, so let's draw this arc. all the way over to here. We're going to take VRVP off in just a second. I know it's annoying people right now because it's annoying me. So let me get the VRVP off just really quick because it's really mucking up our charts. Okay, so this was definitely a cup and handle pattern. And as you can see, I got to get on my tool, trend line, boom. This was a really, really super hard angled down cup and handle, this handle, but it did only retrace to about halfway through the handle, and then boom, it broke out, and then it broke all the way up here only on a wick, though. That's not something that you want to see. You don't want to see it break out on a wick. Here is the measurement to that whenever it did break out. And it hit the target, man. It hit the target within like a couple of dollars. Okay, so now we see another potential cup and handle forming. I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed cup and handle, so please don't get it twisted. This is not a guaranteed cup and handle, but if you look at it, it's starting to look like it's forming another cup and handle pattern. This could be good for you. This could be bullish for you, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Now, here is what you need to do. You need to keep this level right here. You need to keep this level. This is probably a pretty good risk to reward ratio to finally break out of this downward sloping trend line right here, right? We can even extend this trend line out a little bit further, and it's just above that high, right? Actually, let's take it down a little bit and let's take this up a little bit. Let's get our TA a little better, right? Let's get our lines a little bit more accurate. Okay, cool. That looks great. All right, so what you're seeing is you want to take out this high, right? You want to take out this high right here, okay? This is going to be your first high that you need to take out. Let's measure the move on this first, on this potential cup and handle, because this could tell you, are we about to take this high out, right? Well, yeah, we could. So even if we brought it all the way over here to this trend line, it would take out this previous high, which is right where you want to be. It's going to be right. It's going to be very, very close. So my point is that if you really want this as a trade, right, this is how I would set it up. Potential long trade right here, right? I would say long it whenever, that's the Fibonacci tool. That is my bad. I clicked the wrong one. All right, so you've got a long trade right here. I'm setting my stop loss below the outside portion of this channel. And if you really want to get like super not risky with it, right? Let's extend these out just a little bit so that we can see where this cup and handle could potentially go. As soon as you come down here, this is no longer a cup and handle pattern. If you take out this low right here, right? This is your line in the sand. $6 or 6.676 cents, somewhere in that realm, right? We can even put a little line here just in case you're like watching this and you want to screenshot it or something like that, right? So that's your line in the sand, this right here, okay? I would put my stop loss just below this point, right? Just below these swing lows right here. Well, they're not really swing lows, but below the point where we kind of busted up here and completed the cup and handle, right? So I would want to be under this. So I would set this similarly kind of under this, and then I would probably be targeting this next high. I would say, okay, I would want to exit here. You've got a 9% move up for a 2.5% move down. That's what you're risking, is 2.5% for a potential of almost a 10%. That's a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. That's what I'm seeing there. Now, if you come up here, this is where I would be also. You need to watch this level right here like a friggin' hawk, man. Do not let this level slip past you, okay? Because you've got your downward sloping trend line. And as you can see, it's wicked up and hit it, wicked up and hit it, wicked up and almost hit it, wicked up and hit it. This thing it's been respected. So you need to watch out for this. We definitely just got stopped out of the trade on Bitcoin. Let's see. Yep, we did. Stopped out in profit. We'll take it, man. It's probably $120, $150 profit. That's fine. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking to enter a potential long trade, but we're going to be watching Bitcoin like a hawk because we might enter right here at the 98,000 range. And this trade is going to be in play if we hit that $98,000 range. If you want to, actually, let's go ahead and lock that trade in. Let's say, we'll go 0.2 Bitcoin here at 98,000. Where were we at? We want to go 98,000 almost exactly. We'll say 98,000. Oh, 89. 98,089. Well, this thing isn't letting me do it. 089. 0.13. I always do like 0.1 or something just because rarely does it hit whole numbers, man. So we're going 0.2 Bitcoin. What's our stop loss going to be? Well, let's go right back here. Our stop loss is going to be at about 97,571. So I'm going to say 97,550. 97,551.1. So we've got $100 that we could potentially lose on this, but we're going to be targeting the $99,898.1 level. And we have a 3-to-1 risk to reward, 3.5 to 1 risk to reward on this. And we are going to put that trade in. And then I'm actually going to open up, because if you know anything about the way that I trade, I like to leg in because there are 2 different levels that we can hit here. This swing high is going to be a really key level too. So I'm also going to put a level here at like 97,798 for another 0.2 Bitcoin. So let's do that. 97,798.1 just to be safe. I try to be a little bit above or outside of the levels because of stop hunts, because of liquidation hunts, because that's just what, in my experience, in my years in the market, I've seen happen. So you're kind of getting the behind the scenes view of that, but they will take it right where you don't want it to go. Right. And I've literally not gotten into a trade one time. It was like at $94,532.13 was my entry. And it was exactly at the level. And it hit $1 above. $1 above. And I was like, dude, never again. So I just put my orders a couple of dollars outside of where you would think it should be. That way you can guarantee your fill, or that way you don't get stop or liquidation hunted. And then what we'll do is we will look at our take profit is going to be 99,898.1. And then let's look at our open orders on this 99,898.1. And we have 97,551.1. Okay. And that is a $50 loss for a $420 gain. So we're talking 8-to-1 risk to reward on that. So if we get to come all the way down here to about $97,800, which is right here at this previous swing high, that means we would retrace almost half of this move, right? We would retrace almost half of this move up, because let's measure it really quick. Where's my measuring tool? Right here. Okay. So we're going to retrace potentially half of this move right here, okay, which is a 2.7% move. And then if we measure where our, kind of like orders are, it's a 0.6% move. So yeah, we're retracing almost 50% of it, and we're putting our stop loss under this critical area of support, right? So we're going to be way down here, not way down here, but just outside of those levels. And if you want to take this trade with me, feel free. You just saw exactly how I put it in, and that's that. So anyways, here's my point on fuel, okay? Because I just saw that we had gotten stopped out, so I wanted to put my order in. Sorry. So this is where you would want to be watching and making for 100% certain that you don't bounce off of this level, okay? So I would almost put a take profit here, right? And worst case scenario, you take profit here and you still had almost a 3-to-1 risk to reward. You got a 2.5x to 1 risk to reward. And if you take it all the way up here, you've got almost a 4x risk to reward. Like it's great. It's either way, you're going to make money if you target either one of those levels, right? Looking at fuel, we've got SUI. So, all right, we're going to look at SUI next because that's what the people want to see. So let's look at SUI next really quick. And then we'll come back on these next streams and we'll smash through these and see how these trades played out, or see how these levels played out. Did they hold up? Did they not? Bing, bang, boom. This is on the hourly charts. So I will clean this up really quickly. Probably need to clean all this up. Boom, boom. And put up in handy CNH 1, and then we have the C&H2, right? Boom. C and H. I highly recommend making sure that you put all your stuff into stuff like this, right? Where it's like you have folders. That way I can turn this cup and handle off. I can turn this cup and handle off. It makes things a little bit easier for you. I think I put a little bit too much in there. So I'm going to move this out of here. Bam. But see how you can just turn that cup and handle off, right? Boom. So I highly recommend people doing that. All right, let's look at Sui. Sui's been going crazy. It's been doing things. We'll just put it like that. Sui's been absolutely going bonkers to a certain extent. We're on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to the daily first. I always like to look at the daily to get the like kind of overarching view of like what's happening. Man, the daily. Okay, so here you go right here. This is your line in the sand. Bam. That's your line in the sand. I would not be longing here. Like that's just my bias. I would not be longing here. This is trying to form like a cup and handle right now. If it closes, down here or somewhere in this realm, this could be forming a cup and handle. I would be waiting for that to confirm. Okay. And what do I mean by that? I'll just draw it because you kind of saw how I draw the cup and handles anyways. Like, that one kind of sucked. I'll just draw it, freehand it, but boom, this is your cup and handle. Bam. And then what you want to see is this kind of trending downwards and then a break of this. But this is going to be a key level that you have to get through because this is like your top, right? So you would want to do that, right? And then here's your measurement on the cup and handle. I know I'm freehanding this, but it is what it is. Let's draw this. Let's get this up here. And if you broke out of the cup and handle, say right around here, you'd be targeting somewhere in the $5.65 range. Sui is not looking terrible. It's not looking terrible. It has been defying all logic, right? Whenever Bitcoin tanks, it holds pretty steady. Okay, then you've got, this is kind of another line in the sand for you right here, okay? Because this has been very, very well respected, all right? So that's your second line in the sand. Well, it's your first line in the sand, if you think about it, because if you come down here and retest this, you have to bounce from here, right? Is this looking a little toppy? Kind of. Could this put in a double top here? Yeah. Could this, potentially, come up here, hit the double top and then reverse down to here? Yeah. And then you would want to watch this level. But let's see what the VRVP is telling us. This is kind of a key level right here too. And if you look at it, this is, it kind of lines up because this is where it stalled out. Then it came back down here. It finally got through it. It came back down through it, had a hard time getting above it. It blasted above it. So this is going to be a key level right here too. This could be a good place for you to enter if this cup and handle starts to form and then you blast off to the upside, right? So what I'm seeing right now is this is a very immature pattern. We don't know if the cup and handle, we're going to need a few days to see if this actually prints, right? You could go down to the hourly chart and see if this thing's going to print, which we will do right now. But Sui's been kind of, like I said, defying all logic in terms of like what it's doing. So let's get all these brush strokes off of here really quick. We'll just kind of bam, bam, bam. All right. So let's see what Sui is doing. Yeah, I mean, this thing could, form a cup and handle on the hourly chart and it could rip. You know what I mean? Like, this is not forming a bull flag right now. That's for sure. This is not forming a bull flag. I would be more inclined to short it down to about right here, right? I would be more inclined to short it down to about $4.35. Now, if Bitcoin decides it's going to rip to the upside, dang, it almost hit our first entry. It came within like $200 of our first entry. My point is that if Bitcoin decides it's going to rip, then Sui definitely could just blast through this. And then what you would want to see is if that happened, back test this as support so that it actually goes up. And that's where you would want to enter long. You don't want to enter long here, right? If anything, you'd want to enter short here and then put your stop loss just above here. So let's show you exactly what that means. Boom, enter short, somewhere in this realm, right? I would say even a little bit higher, maybe at the high of this candle right here. And then you would want to put your stop loss somewhere just above this. And then you would probably be targeting this first liquidity zone, which is like right where we kind of stalled out and then broke above. So you're looking at a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on this, which is actually a really decent risk to reward. You're looking at an 8.5% move to a 2.75% move. And then as soon as it hits here, Like literally a lot of these exchanges, they have this little button here. It helps out a lot. Ah, damn, I don't have a trade open, but there's a button that literally says reverse. And then you can just reverse the trade. As soon as it hits here, you reverse, you put in a secondary target right here to average in, and then you put your stop loss below this, and then boom, you let Sui rip to the upside, and that's what you do. You ride it to the upside after it gets a retest of this like kind of like key level down here. You're looking at this. This will be another kind of like smaller key level because it's the start of this high volume node. So that's where I would be looking at on Sui. Let's look at what the chat's saying right now. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so nobody has given no one has given a secondary thing for me to look at. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at Cardano, all right? Because there's some interesting stuff happening on Cardano. Actually, I have to cut the stream short. We're going to look at Cardano really high level, just really quick. I'm going to show you what's happening on the daily chart. There's a swing failure pattern that's happened up here at the highs, okay? If you scroll back and you look, this is a massive, massive area of resistance, okay? What I mean by that, bam, look at this. It hit it almost perfectly, okay? When we came up here, lower low, lower high, lower low. We came up here, lower high, bam, and then we fell super hard. Last time we were here, it went absolutely horribly. We came all the way down here to like this range, right? Now, your VRVP is looking like you have the high volume node right here at about $1.08, okay? That's what you're looking for. So I would be looking to enter a short position somewhere in the $1.12 range. And then I would put my stop loss just above these highs right here. So probably at about, I'd say $1.19 at worst, but I would literally be targeting this first value area down here, right? So I'm targeting this. That's the zone I'm targeting. So let's show you what that short position would look like just really quick. And then I will sign off of here because I got to get to my meeting. Boom. Okay. So that's where you would enter. You would probably stop out. Where did I say? Right around the $1.18.5 range. So yeah, right around here. And then you would be targeting this zone all the way down here. Boom. And you're looking at about a 1.5 risk to reward if you target this high. But my bias is that I would actually be targeting this zone right here. This is just if you want to be super, super safe about it. And if you have the ability to average in, because you could also place an order right here, average in if it blasts through it. But if you trade this the way that you should trade it, which is by going with this high right here, you would actually have about a 2.9 to 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So hopefully that helps people. I hope that I can get back into my long trade. I hope this comes down and taps my zone so that I can, take it all the way up. And then this is what we do, man. Okay, so first and foremost, we trade level by level, baby. We don't care if Bitcoin's going up or down. If you are truly agnostic, you're trading level by level. That's what we're doing on these streams. We're going to keep looking at these levels. We're going to keep seeing what gets hit. We're going to keep taking the trades. Whatever the charts give us, we're going to take high risk to reward trade setups. And if you want something, and if you want me to look at something, and just drop it in the comments section whenever we are on the streams. And man, I appreciate everybody for showing up. Seriously, I wish I could stay on the stream a little bit longer. Unfortunately, I do have this meeting that I have to go to, but thank you to everyone for showing up to this stream. I truly appreciate it. We will probably have another one of these streams either tomorrow or on Monday. I'm going to start to be very consistent with this. So make sure you're showing up every day. Make sure you smash the like button on this stream so that it gets out to the people that they actually need to see this stream. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you know whenever I'm going live. And then boom, bang on that notification bell, because that's what's going to guarantee that whenever I'm going live. And comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good #Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next stream very, very soon. And hopefully we will be in a trade, and we'll see how that trade plays out. We're 2 for 2 on these last two. So let's keep the trend going. Peace.